anytime I thought all of the skeletons out of the closet, one more thing would happen.
Where's the money going to come from?
Instead of trying to find something constructive or productive to do here, I went and gambled instead.
You are a bully. Chris, you're a wuss.
I need you to describe to me what you want me to do. I can't see it.
I never thought a year and a half into being married I'd be considering separating from him.
Money, 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 money.
My name's Allison. I go to school full-time. I'm working on my doctoral degree in clinical psychology. As a full-time student, I don't have much of an income. I work as a research assistant and a teaching assistant at the universities.
My name's Chris. I went to school mainly for policing. I'd like to be in law enforcement, whereas now I work at a lumberyard, make about $14, $15 an hour.
When Chris and I met, we were both working on a farm.
She was actually the manager at the time.
Chris has told me in the past that he's not that great with money, and I've known he's not that great with money, and yet I just dumped all of the financial responsibilities for the household on him and wanted absolutely nothing to do with it.
I feel like I'm always under pressure to live up to her expectations. If I don't succeed, then to her I'm a failure.
I did want sort of the knight in shining armor to come in and take care of me.
I have a gambling problem that got us into debt. I was trying to use it to make extra income instead of finding a better paying job or working more hours to make the extra money.
I was just in absolute shock of like, where on earth did the money go? For a couple of months, it was just bad news after bad news after bad news. And anytime I thought, okay, I've heard it all now. All of the skeletons out of the closet, one more thing would happen. I was driving your car on Tuesday. What do you think I found?
Garbage?
No, bills. Oh, like, were you ever gonna tell me?
Possibly eventually, after I take care of it.
Livid, just absolutely livid. I can't ever really relax because as soon as I do, then there's one more thing that I find out about. I'm incredibly fed up. Like, I'm just tired of going through the same song and dance and nothing ever getting any better.
I miss it. The person I fell in love with. And I'm hoping to get her back.
This month, I'll help this couple move from red to black. I've been solving money problems for over 20 years, tackling everything from high finance to low income. I help people understand money and debt, which is still a huge mystery for most folks. And it's the #1 reason couples split up. So now I'm making house calls. Chris's secret gambling has cast a shadow over these newlyweds. Allison is struggling to forgive him. They say they want to move forward together, but their financial situation is holding them back. Hi, Gail Oxley.
Allison.
Nice to meet you.
Chris.
Nice to meet you, Chris. Here we go. You own it, right? This is your condo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we own it.
But this is not a go shopping like crazy and furnish the condominium. What did you buy for yourself?
The lamps.
So I'm heading to the bedroom. Okay, this is nice too. But again, like all this stuff was gifted to you?
Just acquired it along the years.
Okay, so it's not fancy stuff. So where's all the money going? Yeah, I already know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
But why don't we start with why you asked me to come?
Because I have a gambling problem that got us into debt.
And I stuck my head in the sand and let him take care of all the finances, creating the opportunity for it.
But you're taking care of the gambling
Yes.
problem in terms of going into therapy.
Yes.
Now it's just the fallout from it.
The fallout.
I want to win her trust back.
Okay.
I'm terrified to check the mail to see what the bills are going to be. I'm terrified to answer the phone that it's going to be a creditor calling.
Right. And you're a girl that's always had control over your life.
Yeah.
But now it's spinning out of control, and that's driving you crazy.
Yeah. I still love him.
Okay.
I wasn't ready to walk away. I wasn't ready to give up on him.
Okay. The next brave thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to see where the money's been going. When you look at the small amounts, you think to yourself, that's not such a big deal. When you add them all up and you get to over $1,300 a month on average on stuff, and then you add in another $1,400 in cash, that adds up to 60% of your income. And we haven't done mortgage payments. We haven't done groceries. Can you see why you have a small problem?
Yep.
And this is your debt. What I found interesting was when I asked you to fill out the sheet that had all your debt on it, you didn't include your car loan.
Because I didn't think of it as a loan so much as like a financing thing, but it really is.
You're overspending by $1,400 every month. And if you keep it up in 5 years, you'll be $280,000 in debt.
That's a nice house.
I'm gonna cry. It's gotta get better. Or I'm gonna have to go at it on my own.
You know, I wouldn't come if I couldn't help.
Make it better.
It doesn't have to be this way. You will do whatever it takes to make this better.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna learn to live on cash. And while you're doing that, you're gonna do 3 challenges for me. If you do the challenges to my satisfaction, I'll give you up to $5,000 to help you pay down the debt. You don't do the challenges, you don't get the money. We're gonna straighten out your financial situation. We're gonna check and see what damage you've done and fix whatever needs to be done. And we're gonna get you trusting each other and working together towards your goals in life instead of harboring resentment and not getting over it. I'm gonna do you a big favor and save your marriage.
Thank you.
Okay, so the very next thing I'd like you to do is go get me your debit cards and your credit cards. They're gone.
Coming up, Allison struggles with my challenges.
Who does that?
Can you just give me a minute, please?
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
The honeymoon ended when PhD student Allison discovered that her new husband had a gambling problem.
When I thought he was in recovery for gambling, he was actually still gambling.
Now Chris is desperate to regain her trust.
I'm sorry. I'm tired of I'm sorry.
So far, he's failed miserably.
If you keep it up in 5 years, you'll be $280,000 in debt.
Had I not dug my head into the sand of no involvement with the finances, the opportunity wouldn't have been there for him to have let things get this out of control.
For the next month, this couple will learn to live on a strict cash budget. No more credit cards. They'll complete weekly challenges to tackle their money and relationship issues. And if they're willing to change, I'll reward them with thousands of dollars. No changes, no money.
Okay, give me the cards. Debit cards, credit cards. Good, good, gone. And now you'll be living on cash. So instead of the $3,300 you were spending, you're only gonna have $900 a month. And this is how it's gonna pan out. You will have $100 a week for food.
Okay.
You can live with that.
Yeah.
$63.75 for transportation. $25 a week for entertainment.
Okay.
$17.50 for clothing and gifts, compared to like the $900 you were spending on miscellaneous consumption before. And finally, you'll have $15 for other, which includes everything from bank fees to your cats. This is your budget booster challenge, and it goes like this. You owe, so off to work you go. The one way you can compensate for the mistakes you have made is to fix them. You have to make an extra $1,200 a month to cover the debt repayment.
Wow, that's a lot.
And when you do that, you will put Allison in a position where she has no student debt. Did you see her face? Look at her face.
Yay.
That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
This is not an easy challenge. But to help you, I'm going to send you to a career counselor. But don't think just because I'm busting your butt that Twinkle Toes over there is going to get off scot-free, because she's not. You are going to spend a day living in his work boots.
The type of work Christian and I do now is very different. Mine's more academic and his is more physical.
All right.
And you need some over on your end? Just kind of to hit home that when he comes home and he's tired, it's because he's really been working all day. Do you want to do this one and I'll hold for you? Your arms look tired.
Okay, that's good.
My challenge to Chris could not have come at a better time. After the summer rush, he was laid off at the lumberyard. Now he's under even more pressure.
What do you think you could do right off the bat?
Definitely dress up a bit more.
Head up, yeah. Yeah, maybe feet a little bit more closer together.
Yeah.
good. Can you tell me what some of your concerns are with the resume?
Just that I've had about 4 job changes in the past year.
To me, that's a bit of a red flag.
It's been really hard for me to find interest in the job.
So it might be smart to do some interest testing for you to really make sure that you're on the right career path and that you're finding a job that really matches your skills, your strengths, and your interests.
Okay. The job counselor definitely did give me the confidence I needed to get back out into the job hunting world and not want to give up because I've sent out resumes and haven't gotten a hit back.
You got a new job.
Yes.
Are you making enough money to cover the bare necessities?
With my new full-time job and my part-time job, yes.
Just.
So that means you still have that whole debt repayment amount that you still have to get a handle on.
Yeah.
Okay. By the time I leave, you have to have secured something that shows me that you can do this consistently. Otherwise, you fail this challenge. Okay?
Yep.
So this week's challenge is a future plan challenge. Take a guess at what you think your credit rating looks like right now.
I'm worried that my once very good credit is now going to be miserable as a result of him not paying things on time.
They'll probably be yelling, we'll probably be up late at night trying to figure things out, how we're going to pay it back, how we're going to fix the credit.
The test is how much of an effect. How far down have I slipped?
Chris knows he screwed up, but Allison is equally at fault. She tried to wash her hands of their finances by dumping them on Chris, and she's still pointing the finger squarely at him.
I just don't want this to turn into another big fight. When we applied for the mortgage, initially when we got turned down, it was because of your credit, not because of mine.
Yeah.
I just want to get it over with.
I know. Anything that I might have done in the past year has screwed up your credit rating.
What you have done in the past year has screwed up my credit rating. Delinquency rate. Your score is well below the average. Oh no. 23% of the people who have a score in my range are either going to default on a loan, file for bankruptcy, or fall 90 days past due on a credit account somewhere in the next 2 years. So yeah, I'm at the bottom 12th percentile. Okay, just for future reference, I don't do things at the 12th percentile. I'm gonna vomit.
Coming up, time for tough love.
You are a bully. Do you know that?
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Chris's gambling addiction brought his wife Allison to the brink.
How much can I handle? How much can I survive? Can you just give me a minute, please?
I challenged Chris to make more money to show Allison he changed his ways. And a day on the job site opened Allison's eyes.
I have more of an appreciation for what it is he does all day.
Then Allison had to face her deepest fears by taking a look at her credit rating.
I'm not done hurting about it yet, so he still has to be sorry.
Can they work as a team to fix this mess and earn up to $5,000?
I really honestly thought there'd be a lot more of these payment late things. Are you paying something every month and just not the full amount?
Yeah, I'd always pay something.
This doesn't make me forgive him.
It's definitely good news.
That's not good news,
It's not
Chris.
as bad as it could have been.
It helps his case because it's not as bad as I thought it was, but it doesn't make it better.
I don't know what more it's going to take for her to actually forgive me.
You looked up your credit score and you hated it.
Why I had thought it would be bad is because there would be a whole bunch of late payments. In actuality, he hadn't messed things up as bad as I thought he had.
That's right.
And so I'm like, okay, so what's the problem?
Get your credit card statement. It says your minimum payment is $50 and your outstanding balance is $1,500. If you pay the minimum payment of $50,
You've done the
you
necessary
have
thing.
a better credit score because you are a better credit client.
Because he'll make more money off me.
Right.
I had hoped this challenge would show Allison that Chris hadn't destroyed her credit rating, so she'd lighten up. But I don't think Allison is ready to let go just yet.
You know, there's this really weird dynamic going on between the two of you, and it's not just about the gambling. When I heard how you came to gamble, I heard a man who was desperate to fix a bad situation because you can do anything, and he's a screw-up. Okay? You are a bully.
Do you know that? Is that a surprise to you? Chris, you're a wuss.
Can I just take a minute to calm down before we continue? Because
Yes.
that really upset me.
Yes, you can.
It's true. She has been a bully to me, and she needs to hear it. And I couldn't come out and say it because I didn't know how to say it without hurting Allison's feelings.
As much as Gail thought I was being a bully and not letting him say that, it's his responsibility to make sure that his needs get heard.
Like me, you don't take criticism particularly well. Let me leap into your next challenge. This is your relationship rescue challenge. You're gonna have to take orders from each other. In the end, what you have to come out with are some financial and personal promises that you're gonna make to each other in terms of how you're gonna move forward with your relationship.
Coming up,
Lie down on your belly. Essentially slither like a snake.
Is there any other way? I really don't want to do that.
Chris finds his voice. But will Allison listen?
No, there's no other way.
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
In a single year of marriage, this couple managed to rack up almost $40,000 in debt, $25,000 through Chris's gambling.
Not my fault. We owe tens of thousands of dollars because you went and pissed it all away.
Chris finally got cracking and found extra work to cover the debt.
I can put every additional piece of income I get towards paying off all of our debt as a couple, including helping with Allison's student loan.
Allison learned she couldn't blame Chris for her credit rating, but she wasn't able to forgive him just yet.
I don't know what more it's going to take for her to actually forgive me.
In their relationship rescue challenge, it's a matter of blind trust. They take turns on this slimy obstacle course, uncovering the promises they've made to each other. If they successfully complete all of my challenges, I'll give them up to $5,000.
Crawl forward until you hit the roundish object in front of you. Reach in front of you on top to the flat surface. Here, move your hand around, you'll find your card.
It says, I promise to show more appreciation for the work you do around the house. I promise to try and support you in whichever career you choose.
With your hands, reach forward. See that?
Yeah.
Pick it up and move it.
I promise not to make any major purchases or financial decisions or changes without consulting you. I want us to make these decisions together.
What do you think?
I like it, thank you.
You're welcome. Chris? No.
Can you hear me now? 6 steps forward.
Big steps, little steps, monkey steps.
Big steps.
I have no trouble listening to him when he talks or following his direction. I don't mind doing that. If I fall in the mud, I blame you.
Okay, you're gonna lean against the object in front of you.
Whoa, sorry, what? Where, is this the edge of it here? I need you to describe to me what you want me to do. I can't see it.
Right there.
I promise not to buy anything online without talking to Allison. I agree with that.
In front of your left foot
Okay.
is your second envelope.
Okay, I'm not finding it, Chris. Can you point me in the right direction? It says, I will be more responsible with money. It's a little vague, like responsible how?
You're gonna lie down on your belly. Essentially slither like a snake.
Is there any other way? I really don't want to do that.
No, there's no other way.
How were you at taking direction?
I didn't. There was only one point where I didn't want to follow the direction.
You push back hard.
Yeah.
You push back really hard. But sometimes in life, you just got to do what needs to be done, and it's not always easy, and it's not always clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any money in your jars?
Got like 50 in the entertainment one.
Okay, so it can be done.
Yeah.
What do you think the big lesson was that you learned over the last 4 weeks?
Trust each other, be open and honest with each other.
We need to just kind of push through and force ourselves to do it together because it's never going to feel natural until we get used to doing it.
That's absolutely true. So when I got here, you guys were headed to about $280,000 in debt because you were overspending about $1,400 a month. We put a debt repayment plan in place, $1,200 a month, which I made you go out and earn the extra money for.
Yep.
And if you follow that plan, you will be debt-free in 2 years, including your existing student loans.
Better.
If after 2 years, when your debt is repaid,
You up your saving to $500 a month. By the time you're ready to retire, you'll have $1.1 million.
Wow, we can retire off of that.
Yeah. So this month, we balanced your budget. We got you in a debt repayment plan that was going to actually get you out of the hole. And I had hoped to get you on an even playing field relationship-wise. I think Chris has done absolutely everything we asked of him. Allison, I don't think you got as many of the lessons.
It took you well over a year of gambling, really, to get us into this trouble. I think it's going to take just as long for us to get out, and like, it's going to take time for me to get over it.
I have for you a check for $4,000. Okay? This reflects the fact that you did all your financial challenges, that you accomplished everything I needed on the money front, but I still think you have to do work on the relationship front. Okay?
I definitely learned how to handle money better and how to budget things better.
You're making great effort to improve things now, and that means the world to me. And I think we're on the right track to recovery, but it's going to take time.